All right. So yeah, welcome to SuperInsure, an AI-powered insurance provider built entirely with Lovable and ChatGPT. SuperInsure reimagines how small businesses get insured, fast, friendly, and without the frustration. As you can see here on the right, we have an icon. His name is SuperSam. SuperSam happens to be the AI agent associated with SuperInsure. This is part of a way of branding SuperInsure with an icon, and I thought SuperSam might be a great way to introduce an agent and brand associated with SuperInsure. So at the heart is Sam, SuperSam, and he's your digital insurance hero. He's designed to guide small businesses through every step of getting covered using clear conversational language and smart AI reasoning. As we scroll down through the experience, you can see that there is just standard messaging on the left, along with some call to action buttons on chatting with SuperSam directly. We do have some metrics to reinforce the insurance branding. So how many businesses ever protect, customer satisfaction ratings, average savings, and how long does it take to quote. Then I've got a stepper widget here that's just explaining like how it's going to work. Tell us some of your issues. You're going to be matched with some instant matches. We'll send you a quote, and then you can purchase insurance through us. Down here, you can see there are some benefits associated with SuperInsure, and you can see illustrations here with SuperSam. Smarter quotes, faster capital, seamless compliance, human support. So this, again, trying to reinforce the AI agent through this particular brand, and SuperSam happens to be that reinforcement. Down here, you can see there's another widget that's associated with how many different businesses have decided to sign on through the AI agent. And so in real time, you can see different various businesses that have found different policies or different insurances they want to add to their small business. This is, again, trying to help reinforce that there are real people like you and me that have businesses and are trying to acquire this insurance. And this is, again, helping reinforce the brand all the way through. Standard footer down at the bottom. So as we go back up here to the top, the main point of this application is trying to get an insurance quote as a small business. And so we're going to use SuperSam, this AI agent, where there's the button right here. We're going to click that button. And inside the widget here, you can see that I have a step 1 of 4 at the top. Chat with SuperSam is the header H1. And we've got some dialogue. Hey, I'm SuperSam, your insurance superhero. Let's find your perfect coverage in under 30 seconds. And what kind of business are you running? So I felt like in here, if we can create various coach marks that are ways for the customer to interact quickly instead of having to have the customer input in a standard input, this would compel us to get a result faster. So in here, you can see there are various chips that are in here to try to get the customer closest to what those pre-made buckets would be. So let's just pretend I'm in construction. And I've attached a geolocation backend tag in here, so it knows that I'm in Florida based on my IP address here. But if I wanted to change it from Florida, I could hit here and change it, and it's asking me to enter a state. So we're going to enter New York, and I'll hit return. And now it's going to ask me for how many employees do I have. Do I have 1 to 5? Do I have over 100? Any of these things would apply to various businesses, but let's just go ahead and say I've got 21 to 50. And now it's asking for annual revenue. Again, we have chips here to give revenue. I'm going to say 250 to 1 million. And now it's analyzing all the data that I've already inserted into it that has information associated with New York for general liability, workers' comp, and commercial auto insurance. These are giving ranges, estimates, where you can get individual quotes across each of these choices. Or if I want, I could save more money and bundle all 3 together, and it kind of gives you a range of what that potential savings could be. So any of these options we have where I can choose to get a quote individually, or I can choose and pick a bundle. So for this example, let's just say I'm interested in getting workers' comp for this business. So I'm going to get the quote. So it asked me a couple of fields to enter in, and so you can enter in whatever you want. So I'll just enter in the UX Yeti, and then I'll put in my email, the UX Yeti, or I'm sorry, let's just use my real email. Email, ZachS@gmail.com. and then my business address, 333 Palm Street. And now I'm going to hit submit for a quote. When I hit submit for a quote, it's going to pop up this coverage summary pop-up. Now, this is basically showing all the information that was associated in the original ping that it found my information. So for 100, I have 100% match associated with this cost range. This is the top recommendation, workers' comp, and then general liability and workers' comp is the current trend that we could elevate and encourage customers to bundle or encourage customers to pick up additional insurance offerings. Then we have a smart tip down here that says, most New York construction businesses choose general liability and workers' comp. And then here it has my email address that's already pre-filled if it wants to email me the detailed coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and say send me the thing. And then down here you can see the little pop-up notification toast that shows there in the lower right. And so then we're going to check and see if it mailed it to me. And up here at the top, you can see my insurance coverage quote has been matched. I've got a coverage summary. I've got all the details from the quote and the smart tip. And inside here, we could then insert a call to action button that would take you into the payment flow in the future. So what we've done here is what we've accomplished through SuperInsure is that we've managed to use SuperSam to create an AI agent, and that's geo-based, smart, and can show you a couple of offerings that you could potentially have very quickly. Let's try it one more time. So we'll go into SuperSam, and let's just pretend I'm a tech business. I'm in Florida, so it knows. I'm just a startup incubator at one to 5 people, and I've got 0 to 250,000 in coverage. In revenue. And then here again, it's showing what can I choose since it knows I'm in tech. I've got general liability as a choice. I've got professional liability as a choice, and I've got cyber liability as a choice. So it's now, creating specific offering insurances that are associated with those types of buckets and things I've already pre-entered in the list. So sounds like a plan. I'm interested in bundling, so I'm going to go to the Get Bundles section. And again, you can see the same inputs, the UX Yeti. Let's use the same email address. And then we'll give it a business address. And then I'm going to get the quote. So then in here, you can see that the bundle quote was requested in the lower toast on the right. And then here you can see that I'm a 90% match for this. Top recommendation is general liability, but most people in Florida go for professional liability and cyber liability. So that's pretty cool. And then if I want, I can sit here. I have an email input down at the bottom. If I hit summary, it's going to send me that same input, that same email across. So then we'll come back here and we'll validate. Did SuperSam send me the email? And yep, here it is. Look at that, 90%. And all the details I have, I could then insert call to action here, take me back into the experience for a payment flow, more information, whatever. So yeah, that is that. So back to SuperInsure. Again, the goal here was just to create a fast AI agent that predictively knows me, where we have specific shortcuts. Maybe it knows me through my IP address, so that shortcuts me on the location. I'm pre-providing chips that are associated with industries, and that will help with the algorithm. And then also you're picking your revenue size and that. And so that's what I have today. Wanted to share this for you straight through, that you can build a very quick prototype for an AI agent inside of Lovable and use GPT as your foundation for writing the prompts forward. Now, just a couple of notes. I did go into this IRG site and look through all the information here. I ended up copying and pasting all the text information from here into GPT-5 so that it could give me a good understanding of what type of offerings we were going to offer in the AI agent. It gave me information about the various insurance features that we could include. It helped me with understanding that For the SuperInsure section outside of the SuperSam section, it could find, these types of offerings and features that we could offer. So I ended up really diagnosing and going through this type of platform to figure out how to establish the foundation. I used resend here to create an API key so that I could make the mail service inside of here just to see how it would work and to see what it would show in the actual email. Like, was it smart enough to create an email that looked pretty clean and pretty nice, with a potential opportunity to get me back into SuperInsure to make that payment and be signed up. So that is that in a nutshell. Hopefully you liked SuperInsure. I will leave the link in the comments below, and you will be able to see firsthand how the AI app works. And that's it. Thank you very much.